Oh, bother. Milady's gotten herself into terrible trouble. You there? I hate to impose, but I'm in something of a pickle and could use a modicum of assistance. Do you happen to have any experience dealing with ancient curses? Yes, of course. Milady always says I misplaced my head if it wasn't attached. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, the curse. My mistress, Lady Laurent, was hired to help prepare this site for some important meeting or another. Then disaster struck. Well, usually I'm the one who stumbles into trouble, but this time Milady found the old chest. It was so unlike her to open it herself, and that's when she activated the curse. I'd gladly give you my annual stipend if you help me save Lady Laurent. Oh, thank you. You've lifted a great weight off my shoulders. Come along. Lady Laurent is along the southern coast. Do prepare yourself. The curse has made Milady a different person. Literally. She's been possessed by an ancient sea captain. Well, I'm far from an expert in such matters, but it started as soon as Milady opened that old chest. Lady Laurent immediately changed and started acting like an ancient sea captain. She's certainly not her usual demanding self. Because as soon as she opened the old chest, her posture changed. She started to swear like a sailor. Claimed she was the captain of a great sailing vessel and ordered me around like a lowly deckhand. It was even more degrading than usual. Mostly because the sea captain rambled about the curse of the islet and the curse that binds his spirit, etc., etc. Made the hair on my neck stand on end. To think there's someone in there with Milady. Oh, it's very troublesome. You've never heard of the famous historian and treasure hunter, Lady Clarice Laurent? Some of the most important discoveries of the age can be directly attributed to Milady. As for me, I'm just her humble manservant. Now, about that sea captain. Not very much, I'm afraid. He's boisterous, confident, and rather bawdy, if I'm being honest. I detest him, and I can't abide such a depraved individual taking up residence in my mistress. It's unseemly. Come along, and you'll see for yourself. Technically, it's an islet. All Flags Islet, to be precise. It has some historical significance, but that's more Milady's area of expertise than mine. I believe it used to be some sort of monument or museum. Just that. I noticed a lot of historical plaques scattered about. They talk about the All Flags Navy, which I think was rather famous in its day. The Society of the Steadfast hired Lady Laurent to preserve the site prior to their big meeting. Oh, I'm just a meager put-upon manservant. I wouldn't know anything about such monumental events. Well, I may have heard a mention or two, so yes, I suppose ending the Three Banners War is the purpose of the big meeting. Confidentially speaking. Lady Laurent was hired to preserve any items and structures of historical import and make the islet safe for the upcoming meeting. They knew they had a problem with undead, but they never mentioned anything about an ancient curse.
You opened my old hope chest? Oh, that's not good.
Lady Clarice Laurent. I'm Lady... No, I am someone else.
Captain? Is that you in there, my love?
Oh, first a curse and now a ghost. Oh, talk to Lady Laurent, please. I'm much too upset for rational discourse.
Oh, cruel fate. The curse of Monument Islet has claimed another poor soul. I fear I cannot tell you much. The curse has something to do with forgetfulness, and plays havoc with the memories of all it touches, including me. I remember a little. My name is Jan Emery. I know I've been waiting a very long time for my love to return to me. That sounded like him. Inside that noble lady. I think so? Oh, why is it so hard to remember anything? Damn this curse. It puts me all out of sorts. Please, I don't want to talk about this anymore. It upsets me so.
My darling Jan, seeing you makes my loins stir and my... Ow! Ugh! Get out of my head! Is that... Oh, what a ridiculous question. Wait, who are you? Did my hapless manservant actually manage to find someone willing to help? Oh, good. I seem to have unleashed some sort of curse when I opened this chest. It's the sea captain. Stibbins and I were exploring when I spotted this hope chest partially buried in the sand. I usually let my manservant deal with such things, but for some reason, I felt compelled to open it. That's when... I remember my ship, a proud vessel, and my valiant crew. There was a storm, I think, but I can't remember my name. Ooh, interesting. My body didn't have quite this many tempting curves the last time I checked. Why, I'm Captain... Kinnereth's R sits right on the tip of my tongue. Well, never mind that. Come, Jan. We must hither to the big tree. I promised to meet you there, and now that I have a body, nothing can stop me.
Oh dear! Follow Lady Laurent!
Wait!
She's in no
I'm coming with
condition
you.
to wander off on her own!
Begone, brother. I plan to dock with my lady love, and this boat has no need of a third oar.
Brother? Third oar? Milady, you're confused.
Ah, there you are, my turtle dove. Come to me, my darling. I've missed you so.
The ghost woman. She's inside you, friend. The captain thinks you're her. Talk to Milady and play along. See what you can learn.
Ah, fair Jan. How I've longed to hold you close again. You were never far from my thoughts, even while I sailed across the stormy seas. And here I am, just as I promised, back from the war for an intimate rendezvous under our favorite tree. You tease me, my little vixen. You know I am a captain in the magnificent all-flags navy. Perhaps the best in the entire fleet. Ah, but I do enjoy our little amusements. What game are we playing this time, pray tell? Alas, that is the nature of war, my dearest. Those Sloan are terrible creatures. But know this! Every time I set sail, I do it for you. I cannot abide another day with my love in dire peril from the threat of Thras's monsters. Now I know you jest, my sweet. To my crew, I am captain. But to you, I am... Ow! 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 Oh! Ah! Get out! Ugh. Yes, it's me. At least for the moment. Take my useless manservant and go to the lighthouse. The plaques there tell the story of the All-Flags Navy. Maybe they contain a clue as to how to break this damn curse. Off with you. Take Stibbins and investigate the lighthouse. I'll be along in a moment. I need to compose myself. It's clear that this randy sea captain has strong feelings for the ghost that's inside you. Maybe we can use that. Let me ponder. No idea, but I could see her inside you while the captain was at the helm, as it were. She was giving me, him, the puppy dog eyes. Very disconcerting. Anyway, to the lighthouse. It's clear this is somehow tied to the All Flags Navy. Ugh, you do realize it's taking everything I have to keep that foul-mouthed, lascivious sea captain at bay? Go read the plaques and learn the history for yourself. Or maybe you can get that ghost inside you to help. I'll be along shortly.
Oh, yes, the lighthouse. It's full of historical information. What a good idea, milady. Examine the historical plaques and see what you make of them.
Ah, the old lighthouse. I remember it well.
Hey, you.
Him anywhere. And I suppose I did. What a sight! When the first ships of the All Flags Navy sailed into the upgraded harbor, I was aboard one of those vessels, and it was here that I met my lady love. So many lost. But even as my ship sank beneath the waves, I knew that victory was in our grasp. Tobin Moorcroft. I know that name. My brother! Yes! Yes, the Master Builder was my brother!
Tobin Moorcroft. Oh, this is all that...
Oh, the ghost woman! Oh, at least she's no longer inside you, my friend. see what she wants. I'm much too frightened to approach any such apparition.
I read these plaques all the time, but I never remember a word. Just that history has forgotten my love, and even I can only remember bits and pieces. Until today. I remember Tobin Moorcroft, and I spit on his memory. I remember that he was a cad and a coward. A sorry excuse for a man. He was my beloved's brother, and the master builder of the All Flags Memorials. He carved the names into the garden plaque personally. But not my captain's. Not my love. I remember only glimpses, like a shadow moving across a wall. He was a sea captain, tall, strong, proud. He called me his little turtle dove, his safe port in a storm. Oh, I wish I could remember his name, or his touch, or his face. The All Flags. Yes. Yes, I think that's right. That's what it says on these old plaques. Oh, I wish I could remember more. It's the curse, I fear. Gets into everything and muddies the water. Been that way ever since... Damn it! Tobin. Yes, I refused that snake's advances. I was grieving in shock and in pain. And he demanded I betray my love for another man. How could I? It was too soon. You must help. I think it started at the inn. End this curse so I can remember.
The inn? The building at the center of the island? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to go look.
I remember this place! Jan and I shared many pleasant encounters beneath this roof before I set sail with the fleet.
Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not.
Lady Jan seems to think one of us is someone untoward. Talk to her, my friend.
No, Tobin. You cannot offer me a drink. And I have absolutely no intention of dancing with you. I'm here with my captain, and I have no patience for the advances of his foolish younger brother. Away with you, foul sir.
Jan is mine, little brother. Go play with your hammer and chisels. My sweet deserves a night to remember before I set sail from Port Sargo.
A night to remember? But But anyway, Port Sargo. That's the old dock on the eastern shore of this very islet. The ruins of Port Sargo. Somewhat disconcerting, as long-deserted places tend to be. But there's a plaque. See what it says. The pristine halberd. The captain's name has been scratched off the plaques on the pedestal and on the wall.
Here to see me off, little brother? How touching. Baron Admiral Bendu, my vessel is ready to sail as soon as you give the word.
Baron Admiral Bendu Olo was in charge of the All-Flags Navy. Pretend to be the Admiral, and perhaps the captain will reveal his name.
Baron Admiral, after years of preparation, we're finally ready to show those slug bastards what for. My ship was one of the first to join the fleet, and today it's ready. Give the word and we'll set sail on the next wave. Why, just the finest warship ever to set sail from High Rock. Surely you remember the name of... Why, yes, of course! The pristine halberd! The pride of the Breton fleet. We've helped protect this rock during the long years of buildup. Now we're ready to be the instrument of vengeance, just as you planned. The captain? Why, I am the captain! My name? Why, I'm... Renwick Moorcroft, Captain captain of the pristine halberd and proud member of the All Flags Navy. Out! No, I'm Lady Laurent. He's Captain Renwick. But why haven't you broken this curse yet? I'm not sure how much longer I can fight off the captain. Talk to Stibbins and end this already!
Captain Renwick Moorcroft, my beloved's true name. You must add my beloved's name to the main garden monument before we forget it again.
That's not going to happen. Only the hammer and chisels of I, Tobin Moorcroft, can carve those tablets. I hid them where they will never be found. My big brother, so proud, so famous. But not anymore. I made sure he'll never be remembered. Stibbins? What a ridiculous name. I'm Tobin Moorcroft, Master Builder of the All Flags Navy Monuments. My work, unlike my brother's, will be remembered forever. Everything on Monument Islet. Well, I had help. Apprentices, assistants, laborers. But the design and the fine detail work? That's all mine. The finest hammer and chisel in the world. I paid a small fortune for the enchantments, but you'll never discover where I hid... Out, you vile creature! Never fear, I'm myself again. And better yet, I know where this Tobin hid his tools. I saw it while he was inside my head. To the graveyard, my friend! Gravestone? That's what I saw in Tobin's mind. Dig there.
No, not my tools. Dig somewhere else. I forbid you from adding my accursed brother's name to that memorial plaque. I'm the Master Builder, and I absolutely forbid it.
Quickly, carve my beloved's name into the plaque at the Memorial Garden. Once his name is added to the central monument, we will never forget him again.
A dedication ceremony? For me? How exciting!
Captain Renwick Moorcroft of the pristine halberd. Place my beloved's name where it belongs.
Oh, you do it, friend. My hands are shaking. I'm so nervous.
Well done, my turtle dove. You saved my memory. Now we can be together for all eternity.
I did have a little help, Renwick, my love. Now come, my darling. We have a lot of catching up to do.
My big brother, the famous sea captain, wins again. How typical.
Stibbins! Why do I think this was somehow your fault? Oh, never mind. You, come talk to me. Did that really happen? Did I have the spirit of some ancient All Flags Navy captain residing inside my head? My memory is all a jumble. How do I feel? Like some virile man was stomping around inside my body with his oversized boots and manly urges. It was unsettling. And, if I'm being totally honest, somewhat arousing. Oh, never mind that. My manservant wants a word with you. But please hurry. I have a task for Stibbons that needs to be dealt with post-haste.
Oh, thank you, my friend. I never would have been able to save Lady Laurent without your help. Oh, yes. Of course, the effects may linger for a time, but the worst of it is over. And we righted a wrong of history. Captain Renwick Moorcroft's role in the All-Flags Navy has been restored. But how is Lady Laurent? Is she all right? An urgent task? Oh, well, nothing ever changes. But I live to serve. Here, my annual stipend just as I promised. Thanks again for saving Lady Laurent, ending the curse, and restoring a piece of the archipelago's history. Now I must see to me lady.
Stibbons? Come here, my manservant. All this foolishness about forgotten love has given me an itch. I am in need of a good scratch.
Milady, I could never... well, if you insist. You, my friend, are a true hero. You always seem to ride to the rescue when Lady Laurent and I need you most. If there's ever anything a humble manservant can do for you, you only have to ask. Now, if you'll excuse me, Milady has need of me.
Yes, we're ever so grateful. Now, if you could leave us, I really do have a particular task for my manservant to take care of.
Traveler, I advise caution. A corruption has gripped Stonelore Grove, turning the wildlife aggressive and spreading an impurity unlike anything our circle has ever seen. Nature itself has fallen out of balance. That is what I hope to determine. The Archdruid sent me to investigate, but it was all I could do to avoid the once docile creatures of the Grove. I found a few pockets of corruption that must be cleansed, but I need another druid to assist me. Really, I just need another set of hands. Here, let me mark your map. I'll cast the cleansing spell, then you burn out the impurity. That will temporarily restore the balance while we search for the source. The circle will compensate you, of course. Let's find a few concentrated areas of corruption. My spells will cleanse the impurities, then you burn them. Hopefully we can determine the source of the corruption before this malady spreads to the rest of the island. Just keep your guard up. It wasn't always. It used to be one of the safest locations on the island. In fact, my ancestors deemed the grove sacred when they first arrived. Now the corrupted wildlife attacks for no reason, and some of my fellow druids have been afflicted. Not much, unfortunately. I noticed its effects a short time ago. Usually docile creatures turning aggressive. A strange blight spreading through the plants and trees. I brought my concerns to the Archdruid, who initially thought I was overreacting. I'm not sure anyone has ever convinced Archdruid Agathy of anything. But she couldn't deny that something strange was happening in the grove. She ordered me to look into it and bring my findings back to the Circle Elders. Nothing. I haven't gone back yet. Until I determine if the corruption can be cleansed and find the source, I don't actually have anything new to report. Well, except that now the corruption has spread to some of my fellow druids. Just that. They have become as hostile as the rest of the afflicted wildlife. We may have to deal with any corrupted druids we meet. But with your help and the blessing of the true way, we'll soon have a solution to present to the Circle Elders. I suppose you would call it our doctrine, our religion. The true way represents a life guided by natural principles and the value and willfulness of nature. All of nature comes from Ifra, and the druids are the arbiters of Ifra's will. Have you never heard of Ifra where you come from? The storyteller? The god of song and forest? The spirit of the now? Ifra formed the frame upon which nature was woven. He gave rise to the rules of life on Nirn. His way is the true way. I am a druid of the Stonelore Circle. I am a teacher, a healer, a counselor, as well as a steward of the natural world. I hear the voice of Ifra and his earthbones, and I do my best to be his advocate. Natural principles guide my every action. Oh, that was early in the First Era. After struggling against the Dureni hegemony, our ancestors came to this archipelago because of its connection to Ifra. When they arrived, our druidic circle deemed Stonelore Grove to be a sacred site. Not to be confused with our ritual circles. I mean the druids of the archipelago all belong to one of 3 distinct subgroups. You would probably call it a sect. Those who hold to the same circle share common beliefs and approaches to Ifra's will. The druids of this grove belong to the Stonelore Circle. We revere nature, but believe that all cultures have a place here. Some of the High Isle folk refer to us as the friendly druids. We rarely evangelize, letting our work speak for itself. You'll probably encounter the Eldertide Circle in your wanderings. Be careful. They are overtly hostile to the civilized residents of High Isle. As for the Firesong Circle, even I don't know much about them. They never leave the island of Iphelon.
Good eye. I didn't even see that runestone at first.
The corruption spreads quickly. Burn the corpse while I cast a cleansing spell. Throughout the grove. First the plants, then the animals, and now even some druids have been afflicted. Corrupted shrub. Burn it with cleansing fire after I cast.
We are the spirit of the grove. We are the evergrowth, and we This druid seeks to help, while another has unbalanced the true way. Aid us, mortal, before the nature that sustains this grove collapses.
How disconcerting. The Evergrowth hasn't spoken in generations. Pardon that display. I've never been forcibly taken over by a spirit of nature before. I wasn't sure if the corruption was connected to the Evergrowth, but now we know. And we know a druid is somehow involved. That troubles me. As I understand it, this grove was deemed sacred by the early druids, but it was also out of balance. They shaped Ifra's laws into a spirit and gave that spirit dominion over the grove. It recognized that I was trying to help it, and reached out. Yes. But is that druid acting out of malice or ignorance? Either way, if the Evergrowth succumbs, then the corruption will increase and spread out of control. We must take this news to the Circle Elders. Meet me in our village. Our village lies at the center of the grove. Once we get there, I will tell the Archdruid and the other elders what we learned. Not much to tell. Archdruid Agathy oversees our community here. A number of the village elders serve as her advisors and help train the younger aspirants and initiates in the true way. I'll introduce you to them once we get to the village. Archdruid, elders, this outsider helped me. And the Evergrowth, it spoke through me.
The spirit of the grove? It hasn't manifested like that in many generations. Are you sure?
Druid Audrine has never given us reason to doubt her observations. Tell us, child, what did the spirit say?
It warned us that nature was out of balance. That a druid was responsible for this trouble.
Out of balance? That explains the corruption. But to blame a druid, I cannot accept that without proof.
Then we will find that proof. Friend, meet me at the Circle's ritual site.
Well?
Over here, my friend. The Circle Elders cannot accept that one of our own may be responsible for this disaster. And I could hear the doubt in their voices concerning the Evergrowth. We need to prove that one of our circle has caused this unbalance. Help me investigate. Search the village for any signs that a druid is involved in the corruption. Look in the huts. Ask my fellow druids. Someone or something here will lead us to the source of the corruption. It has to. We'll wait and see if it communicates with us again. If not, I have an idea. But let us try to find the druid responsible for this situation first. I want to determine if this was an accident or a deliberate and reckless act.
Doing something with magic-y?
What?
Good gathering, stranger. I do not recognize you, but I know Druid Audrine very well. What may I do for you this day? Nothing specific, I'm afraid. Just that the corrupted animals have made foraging in the grove dangerous. Oh, this might interest you. I felt a disturbance emanate from the wards in the undergrove recently. Like a surge of power went through them. The island's volcanic vents create all sorts of underground spaces. The large cavern beneath us is the undergrove. No one's allowed down there, not without the Archdruid's permission. The wards have something to do with the spirit of the grove. Yes, the Evergrowth. I'm surprised you know that ancient designation. I believe the wards reinforce the spirit's connection to the grove, but I'm not an expert on that. I can sense them, though. I have an affinity for such things.
The Undergrove? No one but the Archdruid ever goes down there.
I see that Druid Audrine has brought us a visitor. What can I do for you today, traveler? As a matter of fact, I noticed animals in the grove suffering from an affliction. I mentioned it to Archdruid Agathe, and she said she would look into it.
When I spoke to the Archdruid, it seemed like that was the first she heard of the corruption in the grove. That ritual fetish, it reeks of the same corruption spreading through the grove. I wonder who it belongs to. A ritual? That's proof that a druid caused this problem. Look, there's a mistake in the second line. They wrote remove instead of restore. I think we have everything we need to convince the Archdruid. Let's review what we discovered. Definitely a druidic ritual fetish. I use such accoutrement when conducting my own rituals. But this one bears the taint that afflicts the grove. This fetish must have been used in the ritual that released the corruption. Whoever scrawled this did so in haste. They made an obvious mistake in the middle verse. It should say restore, but the author wrote down remove. That alone would have disastrous effects when the ritual was performed. Someone or something disturbed the wards in the Undergrove, probably when the ritual was performed. And it appears the Archdruid knew about the corruption before I mentioned it, but she acted like she knew nothing. I don't know all the details, but from what I've been taught, the Evergrowth resides in the Undergrove. The wards connect it to the Grove, but also bind it. We need to talk to the Archdruid. She's usually in the Northern Grove this time of day. I'll meet you in the northern part of the Grove. The Archdruid? What? Oh no, she's spreading the corruption.
The All-Wither. It's inside me, forcing me to do as it bids.
Where did she go?
Speak with me, mortal. The spirit of the grove has need of you. We are the Evergrowth. The one you sought. She carries the taint of our corruption. We remember her from the Undergrove. She performs a ritual that released this blight upon the land. The Archdruid sought to renew our bindings, but the ancient spells have already frayed. The part of us that is the All-Wither tricked her. She spoke the wrong word. Now, the All-Wither is free to spread its corruption, and the entire grove is in danger. The All-Wither is a part of us, A spirit of nature, called forth and made manifest by the ancient Druids. At this sacred grove, the laws of nature are malleable. To strengthen those laws, the Druids bound us here. But nature consists of circles. At one end, life. At the other, death. We are both life-nurturing growth and all-withering decay. That part of us is now free. And once the corruption fully takes hold, the Evergrowth will be gone. Only the All-Wither will remain. Will you help us? Tell the Druids what we have said. They summoned and bound us in the past. They must be able to do so again. But urge them to hurry. The corruption consumes us. Soon, we shall not be able to stave off the All-Weather.
No matter how many times that happens, I am not sure I will ever get used to that. Return to the village, and tell the elders what the Evergrowth said. I'll join you momentarily. Elder Karik, we have troubling news concerning the Archdruid.
Slow down, Audrine. Tell us what happened.
The Evergrowth confirmed she performed the binding ritual, but she made a mistake. She released the All-Wither.
The Archdruid is responsible for the corruption? And she released the All-Wither? Oh, the Grove is doomed!
The Evergrowth is here and willing to help. In exchange for certain considerations. The Archdruid has returned to the Undergrove. Even now, the All-Wither compels her to speed up the spread of corruption so it can consume us. In our weakened state, we cannot stop the All-Wither from becoming the prominent spirit of the Grove. We can, but only if you and this druid break the remaining wards that bind us to this place. That will allow us to recover enough of our power to restore the balance and return the All-Wither to its proper location in the circle. The All-Wither moves quickly. Already we can feel ourselves weakening, losing cohesion. The remaining shreds of our bindings have been corrupted and add to our pain. If you set us free, we can pull energy from the uncorrupted grove and aid you. We are the spirit of the grove. We maintain the balance and keep the true way. We know our duty and our responsibility. Trust us. Together, we can end the corruption and return the grove to its natural state. But decide quickly. We do not have long.
Elders, allow us to enter the Undergrove and do as the Evergrowth asks. We can't let the All-Wither become the dominant spirit.
For all we know, this is exactly what the All-Wither wants us to do. But, yes, go. We'll do what we can up here to slow the spread of the corruption.
The spirit wants us to enter the Undergrove and release its bindings. It claims that will allow it to overcome the All-Wither. I sensed no duplicity while we were connected. I believe the Evergrowth spoke true of its intentions. The entrance I am aware of is in the northern part of the grove. I will meet you there. I have never been in the Undergrove, my friend. I have no idea what we might encounter down there. So be on your guard and ready for anything. We find the corrupted wards. I cleanse them and you break them, much as we did in the Grove. After we deal with the initial wards, the Undergrove's central chamber should open, allowing us to destroy the last binding ward and set the spirit free.
Finish this.
Magical wards bind the spirit to the Grove. We need to find those wards, cleanse them, and destroy them.
Bet they weren't expecting that.
I'll cleanse the wards, then you destroy them.
Is the natural end of all things.
The central chamber should now be accessible. Let us go and set the spirit free.
Cannot resist.
The final word is somewhere in you. Find it and destroy it. Tell the elders the good news.
Watching you harvest is exciting. I can't wait to see what you're going to do with that.
All-Wither is back where it belongs, as a natural part of our circle. Balance has been restored.
Thank you, Spirit of the Grove. Adventurer, the Evergrowth wants to talk to you.
You and this druid have our thanks, mortal. You trusted us, and now the balance of nature has been restored. The All-Wither is a part of us, just as death is a part of life. Two parts of the same circle. They are back where they belong, in the natural order. And we are where we are needed, maintaining the balance of this sacred grove. There may still be corrupted wildlife lingering about, but the druids can deal with that. Otherwise, know that the danger has passed. And know that we are grateful, mortal, for everything. May your harvest never falter.
The Evergrowth says the grove is safe now. It will continue to perform its sacred duty.
For now, I just hope we don't regret removing the binding wards. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Adventurer, may we speak? It's disappointing that the Archdruid tried to renew the wards on her own and allowed the All-Wither to take control of her. At least we were able to restore the Evergrowth and stop the spread of corruption. Now? Now life returns to normal here in the Grove. Though without the binding wards, we may need to be more compassionate to the Evergrowth. We want it to stay happy. Oh, and before I forget, this is for you. From the Stone Lore Circle, with thanks.
In light of all that has happened, Audrine, we would like to make you a Circle Elder and Mediator with the Evergrowth.
Druid Audrine, an elder, and mediator to the... Oh, very well.
An elder? And the mediator? I don't know what to say.
I hope you'll say yes. You proved yourself and demonstrated a singular rapport with the spirit of the Grove. Will you take on these responsibilities?
Yes, of course. Thank you.
wasting runestones.
Great work. But questions still remain. I shall return to my order and report all that has happened. Until we meet again.
Let's go fast.
work, I promise you. I don't belong on this island.
Harassed, though? We'll be dashed against the rocks before we make it. No ship, no Oblan, no idea where to start. Excellent. I hoped the sound of approaching feet meant my quartermaster had returned. Some fishwort of a pirate stole our ship. We split up to search to find it, but I haven't seen him since. Tell me, any chance you spotted a dour Khajiit on the beach? Good question. Many people desire the Prowler due to her speed and beauty. When we came ashore for supplies, I told my crew to keep watch. I hope they're safe. Until we find her, Oblan and I are stranded. And we have important places to be. Oblan is as resourceful as he is crusty. I bet he left some way for me to find him. I could use a second set of eyes to search along Skulltooth Coast. Help me find Oblan and the Prowler. I have a few valuables on my ship that could be yours. Even if we do find the Prowler, I won't take off without Oblan. A captain never leaves a sailor behind. When we split up, he took a northwest path to the beach. We'll start there. Look for any sign of where he went. A better quartermaster you won't find. He's meticulous, knows the whereabouts of every rope and biscuit that comes aboard. Oblan always manages to get exactly what our crew needs, even if their requirements are less than accessible. We proudly sailed for the Aldmeri Dominion during a time of war, yes? And I would never allow the Prowler's crew to betray our allies. But sometimes, only some strong bottles of Blackbriar mead will lift morale, and Oblan will know how to get them. I never ask, and he knows better than to tell me. I've learned when to look the other way. If a bottle of Nord mead or a dark elf card game gets me a happier crew, what's the harm? Now, if I could only find a way to cheer up Oblan. No. He just enjoys acting surly. I doubt he feels happier than when he's growling at a young sailor for losing a fork or something. But I'd give anything to see him smile one day. Even for just a moment. Well, surely my reputation precedes me. The great captain of the famed Prowler. I kid. Sure, I may have sailed all across Tamriel, delivered supplies that turned the tides of battle, saved the lives of heroes, but there's no reason you should know me. The Prowler takes on many tasks. These days, yes, we do a great deal of shipping for the war effort, but we'll take on passengers or even livestock. Anything to keep the crew fed and the ship afloat. Oh, the usual. Just picking up supplies for our journey to the Somerset Isles. Nothing really notable at all. The usual kind. Ropes, hammers, crabs. No,
I shouldn't lie to someone who offers me help. But also, I can't tell you the truth. All I will admit is sometimes the Prowler takes items where they aren't supposed to go. We often use this beach as a transfer station for these items. Not many people can sail here, which makes it perfect for hiding. So, when hired for such a job, we make the pickup here, away from prying eyes. Amanos has earned a reputation for destroying most ships that approach it. The water here stays forever angry, and the shore's rocks chew through most hulls. The name Skulltooth Coast is rightfully earned. Unless one is a brilliant captain. That marking on the rock face. It could be one of Oblan's smuggler marks. Take a look. Ha-ha! Oblan left us a trail. This symbol means he went north.
Amazing.
Good.
You going to enchant something with that? Can I watch?
I think this is east. Yes, he went east, I'm sure.
You want to talk about something?
Someone! Please help me! Oh, this is very embarrassing. Well, I'm sure it's painfully obvious at this point that you found me in this predicament. Perhaps you could help me out of it? Where is that Breton? He said he'd be right back.
Breton? I'm a Breton. Who are you? Another intruder, eh? You come for my nets? My buckets? Speak quickly! And don't you go telling tales. Me and the lads, we'll know. They lost their ship? How'd they do that? Not as if it's a set of loose keys or a wayward dog. Doesn't matter. What matters is the food that cat stole from me. The lads and I might be able to help find this ship, but not before you get me some tack. A week's worth might seem like a day's worth to fat-fingered townsfolk like you, but I'm frugal. I make things last. I'll free the cat if you snatch up some victuals from the shore. I won't risk another run-in with those damn fish elves. Fine, I'll gather my own damn tack. Been doing it for years, why stop now? What I won't do is go trawling for my pack. I lost it in that big wreck down there while running from some sea elves. Find my pack, then we'll cut down the cat. Like I said, it's in that hulk at the center of the shoals. I was picking the bones of that beauty. Then the fish elves came snooping around with their swords and bad breath. I had to scramble out of there triple quick. Lost my pack in the process. Look at the nose on that one, Donald. What's in it? Great big pile of none of your business, that's what. That and a scrub brush for Watkins. He stinks like last week's skunkfish. You didn't hear that from me, though. Who are these lads? You hear this, Watkins? Like a nearsighted horker, this one. My lads! My crew! Can you not see them? Well, sure, they're a mite thin, but there's no reason for calling names. You try scraping it out on this god's-forsaken rock for 6 years. Oh, they didn't mean it, Donald. Don't get all weepy again. Like I said, it's in that hulk at the center of the shoals. I was picking the bones of that beauty. Then the fish elves came snooping around with their swords and bad breath. I had to scramble out of there triple quick. Lost my pack in the process. Look at the nose on that one, Donald. What? What does this stuff do again?
It's kindle pitch, and it's highly explosive. Make sure you don't drop any.
You take me for a clumsy fool. I won't drop... Well,
What did you do? You idiot! I told you kindle pitch is highly explosive. Ah!
There you are! It's about time! The lads were making bets on whether you'd come back or not. I put half a potato on you. Looks like old Adwig's a few potatoes richer. Ha! You hear that, Donald? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Now, how about it? You find what I asked for? That you did, that you did. Thank you. Your friend Jimla here's got a silver tongue. Talked me into cutting down her quartermaster before he passed out. He's still passed out, though, for a bit. It was that boom what woke him up. What was that? Ha ha! You hear that, lads? Fish elves blasted themselves to bits! To oblivion with the lot of them, I say! Ha! Of course, their crewmates might have found some more. Dangerous stuff. That's troubling. Why don't you talk to Jimala? I need to think. Well, what are you still standing here for? I've got, thinking to do. Oh, for 8's sake, Donald, I know. You'll have your supper in a moment. Never satisfied this lot. That, my friend, is a story I've not told in a long time. 6 years on, the terror is still too close. There we were, rolling high on the swells, Watkins to my left, Donald to my right, and old Captain DeVoe at my back, barking orders like a man possessed. I'd never seen a storm like that, not in all my years at sea. Aye, a shipwreck like you wouldn't believe. I had a grip on the wheel, see? All of a sudden, a bolt of lightning struck the mainmast and split the ship clear in two. Took everything I had to get to shore. What? No, I managed to get half a dozen of us to shore. Donald, Watkins, and the others here. They were a little banged up, Watkins especially, but once I put his arms back on, he was right as rain. Aye, 6.5, I suppose. And we stopped keeping count when Donald lost the chalk. Can't trust that one with anything. We'll get out of here eventually. Just a matter of time. Aye, me perhaps, but not my crew. I can't leave the lads behind. It's about loyalty, see? Loyalty. Like Jimala has for her quartermaster. You understand. No. On the shore, they set the terms. But up here, I've got snares, pit traps, you name it. Of course, I had to build them all myself. I love my crew, but they are lazy lizards. I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure how you made it here alive. That, my friend, is a story I've not told in a long time.
We're done gathering flotsam for the stinky Breton now, yes? We have Oblon back. But now there's the matter of getting off this rock. Adwig was telling us about a pirate cove to the north. Apparently it's crawling with sea elves, but if the prowler is still anchored here, that's where it will be. You and I should go. The others can meet up with us once Oblon recovers. Adwig promised not to hang Oblon upside down again, so there's that at least. He seems anxious to leave Amenos. and also anxious to stay. Difficult to say. I think he will help us, though. Once they're ready, they'll find us near the cove.
Magister Erie never let me watch you do this. It's so interesting.
Ah, there's the entrance to the cove. Just remember, friend, sea elves, buckets of them. We should try to keep things quiet.
What's inside? Come on, I'm so curious.
Big mistake.
Come on! Anyone else?
Rachin's shadow. These damned sea elves are everywhere. This some kind of Yandonian family reunion?
Hey, stay with me! Might be something good in there. Might be nothing. Never know unless you check.
See a ship mast ahead. That has to be the Prowler. Let's keep moving.
Watching you harvest is exciting. I can't wait to see what you're going to do with that.
Ah, there she is. My girl is still in one piece. Moons be praised. Let's talk this over. I knew this island couldn't break the Prowler. She is sleek and strong and beautiful, just like her captain. Well, we can't just barge in. We're not blue enough or ugly enough to pass for sea elves, so disguise isn't an option. Let's keep moving along the ridge. Adwig said he'd try to meet us on the far side of the cove. I might have a plan. You won't like it. Well, maybe you will. You have a bit of a wild streak, yes? You said the sea elves were gathering kindle pitch back on the shoals. See if you can find any and bring it along. I'll go ahead and try to find Tablan and Adwig. I just want to look at my ship a bit longer. You never know how much you love a thing until it's snatched up by Finiard corsairs, you know? Of course I do. No offense, but I treasure every moment I get to be alone. Privacy is not something we sea captains have in great supply. Anyway, you're the one who's going to be carrying sacks of exploding powder, right? My job's easy. You'll be careful with that kindle pitch, right? I'll meet you with the others soon. down into the cove, right? One that does not involve us falling to our deaths.
Can you believe this cat? What? Oh, right. Get back home. Look, of course I know the way. I'll get you down there pretty as you please.
Ah, you made it. And with the Kindle pitch, too. Good work. Adwig knows a secret entrance into the cove, but it's risky. Not much cover. We're going to need a distraction, and that's where the Kindle pitch comes in. You don't mind taking on a dangerous mission, do you? I mean, a more dangerous mission? I need you to lead Oblan to an overlook. It's got a perfect view of the Elves' flagship. Now, here's the tough part. You need to board the Sea Elf ship, place Kindle pitch all over it, then signal Oblan to loose a fiery arrow onto the deck. Ha! Like a Palatine fire blossom, one of the really big ones. Once your work is done, run to the Prowler. We will meet you on board, hopefully. Don't worry, this plan will work. And if it doesn't, we'll all be too dead to argue about it. You and Oblan better get a move on. Make sure that idiot doesn't fall off of any rock ledges, or this whole plan goes belly up. It is a fairly simple plan, but all right. Try to find vulnerable points on the ship. Under the main mast, the captain's quarters, the quarterdeck near the wheel, and so on. Sea Elf ships are very swift, but not so sturdy. This is what Adwig tells me. He brought a bow for Oblan fashioned from old planks and fishing twine. The crazy Breton smells terrible, but he is very resourceful.
This plan is crazy. Like skooma cat crazy. Why do we never have anything good to drink when Captain Jimala makes us do things like this? Well, Jimala and I have been through a lot, and she's never steered me wrong. We may have our differences now and again, but I trust her with my life. And if she trusts you, I trust you. You're trustworthy, right? Yes. You're going to lead me to the overlook above the cove, so I can get a gull's eye view of the Sea Elf ship. Once you plant the Kindle pitch and give me the signal, I'll loose a fiery arrow onto the deck. Then, boom! Wants me to loose the arrow. Me! I couldn't spear a whale if it landed on the quarterdeck. It will be fine. Yes. All will be fine.
Magister Erin never let me watch him do this. It's so interesting.
I cannot wait to get back out to sea. We've been on land far too long.
Good eye. I didn't even see that runestone at first.
Over here. I... I found you. Thank Jode. Sorry, we don't normally run this much at sea. But we have a problem. The Doni Sea Elves locked the Prowler's wheel. Tough to tell at this distance, but the chain links seem too thick to break. We need a key. The Sea Elf Captain's quarters is my best guess. Check there. Before you blow up the ship, in case that part was not obvious. I have to get back to Adwig. Good luck. I feel sorry for any sea elves that get between me and my ship.
Dangerous, huh?
Clever for the net.
We're the best!
You killed me on my own ship.
That was just embarrassing.
Ready to light it up? One distraction coming right up. Hurry up and get to the flower. I'll meet you and the others there.
Sure, now everyone arrives. After I've already taken out the pirates. Typical.
Did you see that shot? A thing of beauty, that's what it was.
Wait till the lads hear about this! Oh!
Yes, we're all very happy. We'll have time to celebrate after we weigh anchor. Unlock the wheel, my friend, and let's get out of here. Work. Now get us out of this cove and to a nearby shore.
Fine sailing, my friend. First rate.
Well, that was exhilarating, right? Finally, my ship is back where it belongs, in the hands of her loving captain. And we have you and this strange hermit to thank. I promise I will never let the Prowler out of my sight again. Oblando? If Oblan wanders off again, he is on his own. Here, for your trouble. And if you're ever looking for somewhere to share a drink and a song, you're always welcome aboard. You were a real help out there, Edwig. I could use a smelly, resourceful Breton on the Prowler.
Truly? Mara's mercy, it would be good to get off this rock, but my crew...
Saying goodbye is never easy, but I am certain that your crew will understand.
You're right, Jimala. Donald and Watkins can see to the others. It's time. Time to move on. Six years. 6 years on this God's forsaken island. And now I'm sailing with the tide. It has been a very strange day. No! Well, yes, a bit. But no, it's the right decision. I took care of the lads for a long time. Built them a home. Rigged traps. Scraped old tack out of waterlogged barrels. They've got all they need now. It's time to say goodbye. Well, I'm sure none of them snivel like Donald or grouse about the weather like Watkins. I love meeting new people. Love it! I'm only wondering what job Jimala has planned for me. I'm a damn fine coxswain. Or was, at least. Once a sailor, always a sailor. It's like Watkins always says, what happened to my legs? Where did my legs go? I guess I left them at sea.
Thanks again for everything. Especially the bit about not leaving me hanging upside down in a moony Breton's trap. I'm sure the captain would appreciate that, but it's not really my forte. Trouble seems to find me, so I imagine I won't be able to avoid it.
We set sail with the tide. Just have to make sure no one else bumbles their way onto the island. Of course I am. Adwig is strange, yes, but no stranger than other members of the crew. My bosun wakes up twice a night screaming about sharks in the larder, and the purser can barely remember my name half the time. We call this Prowler Charm.